Previously on your favorite episode.
And as the song goes on, she just gets dumber and dumber. And
hello, and welcome to a brand new edition of your favorite episode. I am your host, Jackie, and joining me is my partner and producer, Mickey. Our guest today is my friend, TikTok sensation, Heather Shaw. And guess what? She's right here with us to talk about her favorite episode of television ever. And I have to talk with the writers because that was just trash. What is it? Season 1, Episode 7 of Pen15. AIM. Y'all ready to get into it? Let's go.
TV defeats its own purpose when it's pushing an agenda or trying to defeat other TV or being proud or ashamed of itself for existing. It's TV.
I'm adding Heather Fart to the stream. Welcome, Heather Fart.
Oh my God! Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Am I too loud? How are you guys doing? You beautiful
You're not loud
people?
enough.
Oh my God! How you doing?
Great.
That's good. How's Michigan? Are you in Michigan?
Yes, we're in Michigan. It's the literal best, Heather.
Is it really?
Yeah. We're 15 minutes from Detroit.
Oh hell yeah! I want to go up there. I've never been there.
Well, we have a guest room that, we have the mattresses being delivered tomorrow, so.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to book a show up there. It'll be so fun.
Yes,
yeah,
100%.
If you have 6 episodes? Well, no, it was like 10 episodes, half hour. So if you have 3 hours to kill, watch Detroiters.
Oh, what's that?
It was a short-lived sitcom with Sam Robinson. No, Tim Robinson and Sam Richardson.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's so good. And they I'm glad that we waited to watch it until after we moved here because they nail so many little
Really?
Detroit idiosyncrasies.
Oh my God.
There's a thing here that did not exist in Florida that I am obsessed with. I barely drink anymore, but one of my favorite places to go up here is a thing that's called home bars. And they're just these houses on a corner that people over the years turned into bars that have been here for 100 years. And there's so many places that we just walk into and it's we're just walking into history.
It's like going to
so cool.
It's like going to Shaw Smith Comedy Show.
Oh,
But
right.
everywhere.
But no cocaine.
Well, I mean,
Maybe. Is it like a Wally's vibe? Is it
better? No, it's better. It's people have been just going there for dinner every day. They know the specials of the place. They know what's happening. And it's every different one you go into is you're going to meet a different family.
Oh my God. That's so cool.
Did you ever go to Nora's over on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I met Nora. She was so nice. I think I met
she's
her.
great.
Okay, so imagine Nora's, but less hipster.
Shoppy.
Yeah.
Divey, infinitely more divey.
I wonder if she's still open. I always wonder about a lot of Orlando spots, especially because I've heard Graffiti Junction closed and
Bull and Bush has new owners.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Good?
I don't know. I think it's the same owners as Sportstown, but the Sportstown owners are new. They're not the trash Sportstown owners anymore.
Oh, things change, man. But they still do shows at Bull and Bush, right?
Yes.
I mean, you guys haven't been there. How long you guys been gone? A year?
Almost a year now.
Yeah.
Almost a year.
And then 2 years on top of that.
Yeah, we didn't do anything during the pandemic at all.
Yeah.
How long have you been gone?
Since 2 years.
And you love it, right?
2-ish years. Yeah.
You're killing it all over the place.
Yeah, it's so fun. I know. Austin was a lot of fun. Now I'm in Lexington.
Are you living in Lexington now?
Yeah, for another year.
Kentucky is so close to us.
I know. It's close to everything. I didn't realize.
So
it's
is
close to
here.
Ohio, Nashville.
We're 15 minutes from Canada.
That's correct. Yeah, you're basically Canada.
Yeah.
When we were on our way up, basically we had sent our furniture and stuff, and we just had the stuffed animals and some clothes in the car. And we drove through, and we stopped. We saw signs for Elizabethtown, Kentucky. And we stopped there for lunch, and it was an awesome little town. It was I want to this is going to be a good vacation spot because it's 4 hours from us.
It's only 4 hours.
Yeah, from Elizabethtown to here it was 4 hours, and Cincinnati's a halfway spot.
Yeah, that's only an hour from here. So yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that. So I can just drive up there then. I didn't know that. Sweet.
Yeah, we have an open mic on Wednesdays.
Have you been?
Yeah, we used to be pretty regulars, but then
is there a Gene in that scene?
No.
You can't replicate Gene.
No. There was some other people though.
Is there a Big Tim?
One time there was kind of, but it wasn't really Big Tim.
What do you mean? Like what? Like metaverse Big Tim?
It was like not a redneck Big Tim. It was like a different variant Big
like
Tim.
Big Tim grew up in Vermont.
Yeah. But it was, I want to say like a crunchy lumberjack Big Tim, but that's not right either.
Like a vegan Big Tim.
Hey man, like plant-based. Shaw version of Big Tim.
Oh man, I'd love for them to meet.
The world would end.
I know. It really would.
But there's a definite Michigan Jake Rika.
Oh God. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Like kind of leader of the scene. I'm assuming he's the leader of the scene now, in like a good way, not an egoistic way.
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty much anytime I hear news out of the scene, there's a Jake Rika attachment to it in some way.
I was just talking to him today.
Yeah, like the very first time, I can't remember what event it was. I think it was like the Bull and Bush anniversary show. He asked Doug permission. Like he was new to the scene, and he had asked permission from Doug to do video and stuff like that. And like he was there early, helped set everything up.
He's great.
He went through, like, sat there for everyone's set, and then at the end of the show, he helped clean up a little bit. It was like he's early on recognizing it that this kid is going to be a leader in the scene. So I'm glad that he's still stuck with it.
Me too. He really has, and I think he's doing well on YouTube too. He's really nice. He's
really nice, and he's got a good brain. Like he learns from his joke mistakes, and has he writes good jokes. Like I think that's one of the things that's frustrating about the open mic here is like we went like every week for a while, and it felt like the jokes never changed. Like there was one guy that would work on jokes every week, and I would like be so excited when he was there because he was the only time things were different. Like all the other times were like people were just doing shitty 5 minutes. I'm like, I don't want to see your shitty 5 minutes. I want to see your brain work on your goddamn jokes, please.
Yeah, right, yeah. So is it a smaller scene? Or
yeah,
Orlando, I would think.
Although I did go to one open mic with my friend Kelly Perkins. It started at 7:00 at night, and we got there at the beginning, and the list was already a whole page long. And when we left at the end of the night, there was still a full page of the list left, and we left at midnight. They're like, we just go until this list is done. They do that every week at this place, and it's right across from Kelly's house. I gotta go again. Because it was crazy.
That's good.
And there's food. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
There's food at every single bar, like good food, not just like trashy bar deep fryer food, but like the best. Some of the best food that I eat here is at bars.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah, I do more eating at bars than drinking.
Is there like, what's the vibe? Does it feel like a city being rebuilt?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Does it feel like kind of like that, or is it like ghost towny right now, or is it still have a heartbeat? Like
there's a strong heartbeat.
Yeah, it's you can see it, like you can see kind of it's sat along. The city is sat long enough where you can see the different layers, kind of oil and vinegar separating out.
Yeah,
you have some of the older gen that is very reluctant to accept the excitement and hope of the people trying to rebuild. So they're like, oh, it's, the city's dead. It's always going to be this way. Cause since they've grown up, the city's been trashed because they've been there since the downfall of Detroit. But then you have, there's a lot of ethnic diversity, and, they're coming in, and it's their chance to build something from nothing. Yeah. Without the rich white man in the way, because all the rich white guys have left and taken their money to New York or Chicago or whatever. So people that want the opportunity to build can build here and make something of it. So awesome. there was a Oriental shop. I don't know which, I believe the guy said he was Chinese, but they came from Florida, and then they stopped in, or no, he came from Georgia, went to Florida, and now is in Michigan. And we're like, same with us.
exactly.
Yeah, right?
That's exactly what we did.
That's awesome.
Like the Middle Eastern population is pretty big here, and and a lot of them, a lot of the people that came over are now second gen or third gen that have enough. They have enough savings that they can start building their businesses and stuff, and they're doing really well.
Good.
Like most of the clothing shops that we shop at are run by Black people and owned by Indian people. So
Fuck yeah, that's awesome. That's cool. I love that.
Yeah, it's filled with promise, and I love it.
Good. I'm so glad. And I bet you could get a house there for a lot cheaper than fucking Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And our house has been here. Our house was built in 1909. We live in the city of Melvindale, and the city of Melvindale was found in the room right across from me, like in our living room.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so wild. Are you guys in the same house? You're just in different rooms?
Yeah, I'm in my office downstairs.
Hell yeah.
And he's upstairs in the studio. We have
Nice.
It's a great house. I love it. And it's going to be so weird, Heather.
Why? You're gonna make it weird?
I'm making it weird, yes.
Fuck yeah.
We have a
and you sold the house?
In Florida, yeah.
Good.
Thank God.
Was that easy? Quick?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, we hit we hit like the housing market peaked and then was starting to fall off. So just the timing of everything, we caught it. I mean, whoever bought our house way overpaid for it. And
that pool was a fucking
I know, having
money
a pool
pit.
sucks sometimes. Yeah. Dude, it's nice, but it sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
But one of the things I didn't even think about, and our neighbor, when we first moved in, we were having a chat, and he pointed out that there was the wildfires in California, and it took forever for the insurance to pay out, and now the insurance is paying out, and even though they had like a 1-bedroom studio apartment, it's now they're getting $1 million payout because that was the worth of it in California. And now they can't afford to spend anything in California, so they're moving to Austin and Orlando, and all the prices are being jacked up over there.
Yeah.
So now all those people are moving to
God,
Kentucky
it just switches
and
back and forth. Yeah. Seriously.
So the rich poor the rich poor are moving like us, and so the poor rich are basically displacing us, and now we're moving out.
Yeah.
No, fuck it. Bye, Florida.
Yeah. No, Florida is poison. Like everybody that has left Florida has been better off.
Seriously. I know.
Everyone, like
there.
Somebody that lives in Florida is complaining about something in their life. I'm like, move out of Florida and it will magically fix itself.
So true.
Get the fuck out of that poison state.
I'm telling you. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, like most people are like, why would you move to Michigan? I was like, well, my significant other has autonomy over her body, and we can
for real.
We could buy all the weed we want, and we can grow.
Oh my God, Heather, is it legal?
It's aggressively legal. Like
this fucking state is lawless. You can buy mushrooms 20 minutes from our house legally. And the weed is the cheapest. Like we went,
hell yeah.
Because we have like a rotation now that we buy on because it is so fucking cheap. We have one week we'll go get edibles, 1 week we'll go get flour, and 1 week we'll go get carts. And this was our cart week recently. And we were like, okay, how much are these? And they're like, well, how much were they? They were so dumbly cheap, Mickey.
19 for 100.
19 full gram cards, and we don't get the shitty stuff anymore because we don't have to because it's so cheap. So this is like the live resin full gram cards, the best you can get. It's flawless.
It's so good. I love that. That's
you can
great.
play the lottery anywhere. At the bar, you can play lottery.
Yeah,
I can't believe it either, especially after hearing our success story and Kelly Perkins' success story.
Yeah, for real.
But I could talk about Michigan all day and literally have. But we're here to talk about television instead.
Yeah.
So,
TV, baby.
The show that Heather chose was Pen15, season 1, episode 7, and it was all about AIM. So for people who don't know what Pen15 is, can you give them like an overview of like what's happening, who the main characters are, just like the whole series as a whole.
Yeah, so it follows two tweens in like the early 2000s, but these are people that would be around my age, like 30 to 35.
Mhm.
They're my age, the actresses, but they're playing themselves at like a version of themselves at like 12, 13. You know what I mean? So I think it's middle school, so it'd be like what, 12 probably?
Yeah, I think
12,
the
13.
episode is there are 13 in the episode that we watched.
Yeah. So it's just, for me, it's really fun to watch because it's like so my childhood. So being in middle school, and they nail it, and it's just fun to revisit all the early 2000s bullshit, the trends and the fashion and aim, and I love it. It's
And
so
one
good.
of the main character happens to be obsessed with Jim Carrey also, which I was
really? Oh yeah.
which I was
forgot
like,
about
did
that.
Heather plan this on purpose?
No, I totally forgot about that part because I haven't watched this. I mean, it ended, so I haven't watched. I went and rewatched the episode we're going to talk about, but yeah, that's right. She likes Ace Ventura, huh? I mean, that's fitting for, you know, a 13-year-old in 2000 whatever one.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it's so good. And have you either of you seen it before?
I have. I watched.
Yeah.
I thought I'd watched the
does it
whole.
hit for you? Because you're more Gen X, right?
So a lot of the references kind of hit, but not as hard as they probably did for you. But what really hit is I thought that they captured how it felt to be like a middle school girl and some of the awkward
Yes.
shit that you went through.
Yes.
Who the fuck do you ask that stuff to? And like, how do you navigate that? That part really, really hit.
Yeah,
especially
they do really
later
good job
on,
of
because I feel like they got even deeper later on in the series.
that. They really did. They really went deep with the sex stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my girlfriend who's like younger than me, she's like more Gen Z. She's 12. She can relate to it. She related to it too. So
Yeah.
she was like, even though she's more, you know, Gen Z, she was like, yeah, I still get this.
Yeah,
You know, that's what it's
we
like
did.
between.
We did relate to like both on the tween feelings and going through that emotional, but
Yeah.
also signing on to AOL for the first time or the internet for the time, like, because even though we
Dial
did
up.
it while we were older, like I think I
Yeah.
was 24, 25. I was still in the military.
Yeah.
My roommate got internet provider, so it wasn't AOL, and just that what is
dial-up.
going, the dial-up,
Mhm.
the just no one knows what's going to happen. It's like experience death for the first time and being
Yeah.
able to come back and tell everyone. It's like, holy cow, this is just, everything was new, everything was tingly, and everything was exciting because it was just,
I had no idea what was
Yeah.
going on either. The chat rooms were wild.
Yeah, talk about the
I
Wild
mean,
West.
My God.
I
Yeah, it was so
remember, like, I got on the internet pretty early, and I don't know if you know this, but I was a teen mom. Like, I had my
Mhm.
child when I was 17, and so I got on the internet like immediately after I graduated high school when I was 17, and I remember being in these chat rooms and these full ass grown men wanting to send gifts to my kid, and I'm like, this doesn't feel right. And my mom was like, why are you accepting these gifts? And I'm like, this feels creepy and I don't like it.
So fucked up. ASL.
Yeah.
So fucked up. Yeah.
But the thing is, I felt like they felt they were saving somebody or doing something good and not being creepy.
No, whatever it is, it's so creepy, even if they're trying to be nice.
Yeah.
So weird.
and
Those
like,
chat rooms are weird.
both Jackie and I are autistic, and I'm not sure where you fall on the spectrum, but you study people intently, and it's like we caught on to the patterns very quick. Like within a couple of days or a couple of interactions, you're like, oh, it's the same shit over and over. Okay. So like the excitement died pretty quickly because people were involved, and it's like, it's the same stuff. So like just watching like now, what, 40 years later of internet, it's like People are
Fuck,
still
yeah.
doing the same shit. It's like, can you guys can no one see the patterns? So,
Nope. Just repeats. Never ends. Just gets shinier.
All right. So I guess now we just get into the episode.
Fuck yeah.
It starts with them literally signing on to AOL for the first time.
That dial-up.
Yes. Like,
Yeah,
it's such
they
a
nailed it.
familiar sound.
I know, it's so triggering. And they nailed the the interface. They must have just, I don't know, there's probably programs out there now that just have
I read an article about this because I was curious about that too. And they created it from scratch, and a lot of what you see is just like animated screenshots of what they could find. And they had an argument about it because they thought that Maya, as a single child in the level of family that she was in, Maya would have a Mac all to herself. She would have her own Mac. But they were like, well, we can only afford to make one interface. So they went with the PC for both of them.
Gotcha. Yeah.
They wanted to use liberal racism, but.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's my God, that just watching that scene, I'm like, God, I remember all this. Or not being, I think towards the end of the opening scene, they get yelled at. Like somebody has to use the phone.
Yes.
They have to get off the internet. I was like, oh my God, I remember that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, like just in the opening scene, it shows very much how much the entire team of this show pays attention to detail and how much they care about all the small things. Because it's not just the AOL sign-on screen. It's not just the noise that they nailed. It's the facial reactions, the nervous twitching, the typing, the moving, elbowing your friend out of the way.
Yeah.
Everything about that scene is very authentic and very detailed.
Real. Yeah, it is so real. Yeah. The sounds, the away messages, the way like a 12 or 13-year-old would dramatically type an away message. Put your arms around me, baby. And Sugar Ray lyrics.
The awkward capitalization and random leaving out of letters. Woo woo.
I never used woo woo, so that was new to me. I was like, I don't remember that one, but
my brain can't make that not be what up. It's just what up in my brain. I don't know why.
Like, wait, what is that? Yeah. I don't know. I loved it. They really nailed it.
So Anna picks her screen name, Baby Spice 666, and Maya's like, isn't 666 the devil's number? And Anna is like, no, it is not.
Yeah. No, it's fine. My favorite was when Maya had to choose a username that she wanted was out, so they just recommended diaper.
Yeah, she wanted Viper, whatever the fucking number was.
911.
Yeah,
911.
Diaper emergency.
Right. And there were other options she could have chosen, but she still went with diaper. I love it.
Like what was there like? I'm trying to remember. Was there like a lot of pressure to like pick it quickly? Because she could have just thought about it a second.
Yeah,
but
right?
Was it timed?
I know. I don't know if they were like. I don't remember.
Because she had typed in, and it's like, oh, this has already been chosen. So like there is that. Because you didn't know, like in that time, you didn't know what would happen if you didn't hurry up and pick something.
Oh yeah, true.
And the way the way they were reacting, it's like, oh, there's millions of people in line right now signing up. So it's like these names are going quick, man.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first screen name?
I think it was Fiona. I was obsessed with Fiona Apple. Still am. I'm gay.
I am too.
I think it was Sullen Girl, which is so gay.
No,
but
it's
it was
not.
like one of my favorite songs. It was one of my favorite songs. So it was just
what
like
good song.
Girl. Yeah, it's a great song. That don't relate to at all, but I just was like, yeah, Sullen Girl getting raped at 13. I don't know.
I saw her about the same time that we're when I was just getting on the internet in like 1997. I saw her in concert. And it was in Athens, Georgia. And I sat in the front row, and they were just like fold down chairs at UGA somewhere. And so it was like we were in a classroom. It was the weirdest place.
Oh my God.
And she was so tiny and so angry. And it was like the best experience. And then
she's great live.
And then I woke up the next day and moved to Florida.
Yeah, you're like, thanks, Fiona. Holy shit. What'd she inspire?
You fucked me.
Yeah. Yeah, she's great live. I love her.
My first Scream name is also embarrassing. It was Kaiser Soze because I was obsessed with Kevin Spacey.
Okay, you like a little boy touching.
I did.
You like a little molestation.
Yeah, I guess. Because my second Scream name was Shut Up, Listen, and Learn.
Jeffrey Epstein lover.
Also a Kevin Spacey reference.
Oh my God. Well, he's a great actor. We didn't know.
He is.
I will always love Frank Underwood. I don't care.
Yeah, he's a great actor. I hate him.
Oh, there you go. He's such a good actor that he acted like a normal person that didn't touch boys.
Yeah, I know. He's like the opposite of Michael Jackson.
And he was very believable at it because he's a great actor.
Right.
Do you remember yours, Nikki?
Mine was pretty simple and then changed quickly. So, quick world history. I am from Slovakia, but that name was changed by the Hungarians in an ethnic cleansing thing. And then my people left, and the people that came over didn't speak Hungarian, so they didn't know their own last name. And the guy in Connecticut that was signing him up was like, well, let's fuck it. Let's just write something down.
Right.
And then I got to the Navy, and my boss is like, I'm not going to say this, so you're Hojo. It's like, okay, cool. So I went with Hojo, and like my friend was a computer nerd, and he was like, here, follow these directions, and when I see your screen name, we'll chat online. I'm like, cool. So I'm signing up, and someone was in the chat room harassing a girl, and she's like, I don't want to do this in front of a crowd. And the guy's like, I don't see a crowd here, so I changed my name to Crowd. And then that just kind of stuck for years and years after.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Crowd.
Yeah, it did. That's
Love
the
it.
first time I met him.
Yeah, that
was when he was Crowd. Yep. Mm-hmm.
In the chat room.
How involved were your parents in like your early internet days?
They were clueless, so they tried. I mean, I think they didn't understand how insane the internet was. Like, I had pretty much open access. So I was watching porn, going on rotten.com, in chat rooms. They didn't get, nobody knew, so they didn't know really what was going on either.
Go ahead.
So yeah, I think they were just kind of in and out, but they weren't like overly worried about it.
Yeah, the person I was dating in 2000 was very much into rotten.com. Mm-hmm. And like if you're not familiar with it, it's like
seeing a body get hit by a train.
It is kind of what the internet was intended, is to share knowledge. It's just the knowledge they were sharing was the very bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, it was like no 12-year-old needs to see somebody being beheaded.
Yeah.
That's like an 18-year-old thing to do. Yeah, it was like, like just intestines hanging out of somebody's body, or just, I'm like, but then we also had games like, do you remember the frog in the blender?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Joe Cool, or Joe Cartoon, yeah.
Yes, Joe Cartoon.
Remind me, that does not ring a bell to me at all.
I don't know what the fuck that was about, but I was so hypnotized by that game. Was it a game? You just watched a frog get in a blender.
Yeah, Shockwave was like, hey, here's a new software, and you can make animation real quick, real easy, and we're going to, change the world with this. Yeah. And Joe Cartoon came along, and he's like, okay, so I can make the screen touchable, clickable and stuff. Right. So it was like you have a frog in a blender, and he's just sitting there insulting you, and you press a button, and he spins around real easy, and then you press another one, and he spins around a little fast. You're like, whoa. And then you push the red button, and it spins fast enough to chop them up and turns the blender red.
Blend up, and it's a cartoon, the whole thing, but it's still like, why were we, like Homestar Runner was wholesome.
I loved Homestar Runner.
I love Homestar.
And then Shockwave decided that they were going to
They had another one, a microwave one.
Yeah, the microwave hamster and stuff like that. Yes. And then they went and hired Matt and Trey.
I know where this is going.
If you've never seen it, look for Precious by Matt and Trey. That is what they Shockwave wanted to demonstrate what could be done with their software, And that's what Matt and Trey did. And then they turned around and did South Park Christmas. And now they're buying Casa Bonita.
Wow. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, I wonder if you can still access that game.
I don't know if there's a couple sites that have retro stuff that allow you to go back.
Oh yeah, here it is. Yep, Joe Cartoon's still up.
I guess crazy. I forgot how Wild Westy the internet was back then, because you guys just reminded me also of the Subservient Chicken that was like a commercial for Burger King. Do you remember that?
That sounds familiar.
It was like
familiar.
This website that you went to, and it had a guy in a chicken suit in a room, and you type commands to him, and he did them.
Yes. Oh my God, I remember that.
It was run by Burger King.
And then
nobody knew what the fuck they were doing online.
Yeah, they did that for like 24 hours, and then they just recorded him doing the most requested ones, and then made a list of things that you could click. So it was like flap your arms, and he'd click, and then you'd see the video glitch, and then they'd reload the video of him flapping his arms, and then it glitch back to him standing there waiting for the next order, and it's like patterns.
Oh God. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I'm a living Turing test. I know these things.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit. Early internets, man.
Did you have to fight with your siblings a lot for the internet, or were you like the main internet person?
Yeah, no, I had to fight because my brother's 2 years younger, so we were like right there. Me and him.
Damn.
My sister wasn't really. I don't know when she was online. Probably at night. But me and my brother would fight for nothing, to just be on like Britannica Encyclopedia. Just look up weird ass movies.
It was so exciting to be able to have all that access to knowledge. Like the kids don't know that.
I can't imagine being like, if you were in high school or college early on when that came out, to be like, oh, I can just access. I mean, it's probably not as expansive as it is now, but there's still for papers and stuff.
Well, no, for a long time, they were like, oh no, that is not a valid source. You cannot use the internet for a source for like the longest time.
Because it's just insane people, or they just didn't know. They probably just didn't trust it.
They didn't know any better.
Well, still, you can still cheat a little.
Yeah, well, people are having ChatGPT write whole ass papers nowadays.
For real, now.
And the people that aren't dumb enough to edit them a little bit to make them not ChatGPT, you deserve to fail.
Yeah, you're not even trying.
Like, if somebody wants a business where I edit their ChatGPT generated papers, I would do that.
Hey, that's good.
I love.
It's sad that you have to have that business, but do it.
My only problem with the internet was that I had finished high school, and then I went through naval school and all that stuff, and finished everything. And I was standing on top of the hill going, I can help the rest of the people following behind me, and turn around and they're already running down the hill with the internet. And I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So they got names. Where are we?
Yeah, they got names.
And they do talk to one of their friends, little man Big D.
Yeah, totally a name a kid would have.
Especially, because this was 2000 era Kid Rock, little man.
Yep. Oh yeah, he had that little midget.
Yeah, with a 10 foot, 3 feet tall with a 10-foot dick.
Yeah, I forgot about that guy. Rest in peace, and probably.
Oh, and also Heather, I know that I'm 99.99% sure that you also are obsessed somewhat with the movie Magnolia. And you realize that the mom is like the one girl from Magnolia.
I love her.
I do too.
Oh my God. I forget her name. It starts with
Melora Walters.
Melora Walters. Oh my God. Yeah, I love her. She's so good in Magnolia. She's a basket case.
She is.
Cokehead.
She's like so good at it though.
Yeah. Yep.
She's so good at it.
She's so good at it. Yeah. And she also plays kind of a shitty mom.
Yeah.
Like she's there, but she's not, she's just kind of in her own shit. So
she
I love
shouldn't
that.
have lost it over the Chinese food though. That was a little bit ridiculous.
That was a little much. Yeah.
Like she's almost done with it and not sick yet.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I forgot. I love that every time.
What, Mickey?
I kind of understand.
How?
You do?
Okay, let me hear.
Well, you specifically say not to order from the one place, and he specifically ordered from the one place. I mean, that's an act of aggression on his part.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe so.
True.
Their marriage is never good.
They do seem pretty shitty toward each other.
Yeah. Poor Anna. I love Anna.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can definitely do a better job of communicating with her significant other.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I noticed about the way I was brought up. I almost always take the side of the dude. Regardless.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm really trying to unlearn that. So I'm glad that we had this conversation because
it is true. He's not listening.
No.
But also it's Chinese food.
Yeah. And she'd almost eaten all of it is what that's the fuck that fucks my brain up is she was almost done eating all of it. And then she bitches about it.
Yeah, right.
You ask at the beginning, like, is this from that place? Oops, sorry, I fucked up.
Right.
Or is it this from that place? Nope, it's from the good place.
Right.
So that was a fun epiphany.
Yeah.
Mickey, now I'm lost. Where are we?
I think she starts talking to Fly Miami Bro.
Yeah, the addiction sequence.
Sequence.
Where they're sitting there, Maya is sitting, and the screensaver's in the background, and you can hear the Oingo Boingo style music playing, and it's kind of growing to a crescendo.
Yeah.
And it's like, while we were watching, I hearkened back to Chris Rock in New Jack City, where it's like, it should be calling me, man. It'd be calling me.
Yeah.
Because that is
so
like the writing, the sound, the just everything about that scene. Everyone on the team recreated the feeling of what it was of whether it's someone else on the computer using it or you're supposed to be doing your homework and before you do that, or you're watching a show and as soon as the show's over, you're gonna get online. And it's like.
Yeah, I know. It is. I know. It's like that. It's very addiction-y.
Did you have like a family computer? I guess like was it like in a public space?
Yeah, it was just in like a living room office side. Yeah, it was all one computer. Yeah, we didn't branch out until probably closer to college for me to get a laptop.
How old were you when you got your first phone?
Cell phone?
Yeah.
I think I was like close to like junior, senior year in high school. My dad wouldn't give me one. Everyone had one. I didn't have one.
I didn't give Dee hers until like 10th grade, I don't think.
Yeah. But I didn't really care. I thought that cameras and phones would not be a thing. So I'm an idiot. I was like, why do you need a fucking camera in your phone? Because that was like all the cool kids had it, and I didn't even have a cell phone.
Yeah. That was
but I didn't really need one at that point, I don't think.
Yeah, we got ours. I was married at the time, and my ex-wife's father.
Jack, did you know about this?
Yeah.
No. This is news to me.
Oh my God, you've been married.
You don't have any kids, do you?
Yeah, 2 of them.
Oh my God, guys.
Why are you keeping so many secrets from me?
Come on.
One's in the hospital right now. Or
what?
He just got out of the hospital, yeah. Some heart thing.
Some heart thing. You weren't going to tell me about this?
Who needs a heart?
Oh, yeah. Well, the information is at bit.ly/LoganX23 heart.
There you go. Look at that, guys. Look how we did that.
And so her father-in-law was a salesperson that bounced from sales job to sales job to sales job. And one of his friends was starting to sell cell phones. And so we got one just to kind of help him out, get a, tick in the bucket. But it was like, you paid $5 a month, and then it was like 20 cents for every minute. Plus you had to pay.
Yeah, when they would charge the minutes and stuff. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was like 25 cents to connect the call, and then 20 cents for every minute. It's like, I'm never using this thing. Just don't even turn it on. Just leave it sitting there.
Right.
So it took forever for me to get into it, and it's like, well, everyone else is doing it.
Right. Yeah.
I don't
really remember really being into it. So
I didn't get a smartphone until I moved to Orlando.
Yeah. I know. I don't think because it was all flip phones and Nokias and I never had like the razor or.
Nope. I had a
any of that.
sidekick for a while. I loved my sidekick.
You there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you left. Yeah. Did you have a sidekick?
Yes, I did. I loved my sidekick.
See, I never had. That's the one you flipped up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was kind of jealous of people that had that.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
gonna
The only technology that I bought firsthand was the BlackBerry. It was the first one AT&T had with Wi-Fi, and I got that, and it was amazing. It was the greatest thing ever. Everything else I got was basically secondhand. Like, oh, this person had a razor. They're getting the newest thing. They're gonna throw this one away. I was like, oh, I'll take that.
Yeah.
And I still have Jackie's hand-me-downs for.
Hell
Yeah, you have my last
Hell
hand me
yeah.
down.
Nice.
Did you have a beeper at any point?
No, my dad did.
My
But I
mom,
only paged him a few times when he was at work. I never really understood it.
when we moved to Florida, my mom insisted my brother and I had one. And like
Yeah.
the only way I could figure out how to rebel against the whole thing was to pick what she would consider an ugly color. So my beeper was brown.
I mean, you really nailed it there. You're
really stuck
walking
it to her.
around. Yeah. Carrying a piece of poop.
I had one for work, and our boss convinced the company that we needed the ones where you can actually send text messages to. So I jumped
See, I
straight
didn't know you
from
could do that.
yeah, those were cool because it was like, hey, machine's broken, making this noise.
Right.
It's like, okay, cool. Now I can collect my tools instead of trying to find a phone, call the person, blah blah blah. Text messaging is definitely far superior.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
Use
the
my
pager
mouth
was
to talk
just,
to people.
hey, call me, basically.
Yeah, basically you would call
It
someone
was just
like the beeper had its own phone number. So you would dial the number for the beeper, 1-800 Mix-a-Lot, and then it would say, all right, type in your message, and it would beep, and then you would type in your phone number.
Right.
And it would send those numbers to a little display on the beeper.
Right.
And they would have to stop whatever they were doing and find a payphone and call you.
Yeah. That's silly. I never understood it. I want one now. Now I want to just carry one around for no reason.
Well, when you get your first TV show, you'll be like,
Yeah.
put it in your rider. This is the only
Give me
way
a
you can
pager.
contact me.
Yeah, exactly.
One thing that this episode reminded me of that feels like really weird and foreign to me is like conversations ended. Like I feel now every conversation I have online is just like ongoing. We don't say goodbye.
Yeah.
It's just like,
because we're always there. We're always connected.
yeah. And then like it was a big deal. Let me say goodbye first. Let me say goodbye first. And I forgot about that pressure. And I also forgot about how good it felt when somebody said goodbye to you. Like when somebody that you were like crushing on or whatever, and they would they go out of their way to say goodbye.
Yeah, everything was much more serious and like, because nothing was at their fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
So it was until next time kind of thing. For sure.
Like the downside of that though was if you're in the middle of 15 conversations and you're like, well, the first person you say goodbye to, and then they're like, if they're weird, they're sitting there watching you not sign out after saying goodbye. You're like,
I remember that feeling.
Who are they talking to?
Yeah. Or could you go away and still talk to people though? Could you change your status?
That was like,
I wonder if you could.
Shortly after, because so many people were complaining that,
people
stalkers.
see you online. Yeah. Yeah.
So then, you could go into your privacy settings and show people whether you were online, and then you could be online and set your away status.
Yeah.
And so you could be away and still chatting. So no one knew that you were chatting and all this other stuff.
Oh my God,
your
beautiful.
away status had to be very epic. Like you had to really think about
the most serious thing we could ever do was put up an away message. I mean, how curated. Imagine if you just left one that just said away. Like you were a psychopath.
That's like the Instagram feed of that generation.
Yeah, it literally is. It's the Facebook status. It's the Instagram feed. Yeah, it was so serious. The lyrics, you know what I mean? The ominous, or like, you don't know who they're talking about, so you'd have to guess.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, is it me?
And people wonder why, like, all of these people who came up when the internet was just like this Wild West place are like so fucked up now.
The
Like,
people that were leaving like away messages that were like that were mysterious are the same people that like will now post on Facebook their like hospital wristband.
oh
and be
God.
like, no questions, you know, or it's just like just pray for me, or it's like those. It's the same energy. It's very.
You
dramatic.
can't just do that.
Yeah.
Send.
So
All right,
dramatic, I
Pamela,
love
what
it.
the hell are you talking about?
Please don't ask questions. This is a public post, bitch. What are you talking about? Yeah, it's very much the same energy. I love it. And like no matter what, that those people will always be there on social media, no
Mhm.
matter what kind of level it is.
And hurt as fuck when people don't ask them about it.
Yeah, then if you leave them alone, they're just like,
Like, if you want to talk about, if you want somebody to talk to you about it, talk about it, bitch.
yeah, seriously.
I can just see them in Victorian England, like sending just
Yeah.
a random letter out of the
Yeah.
blue, just like, all things are okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for inquiring. Love, Pamela.
Yeah.
It's like you get the letter, you're like,
Same energy.
bitch, I didn't ask shit about you,
Right.
Pamela.
Yep. It's the
And
same thing.
I also don't remember this part particularly, but apparently buddy icons were a big thing. I don't like remember that part of it.
I don't remember that. Was that like a list on the AIM?
I have no idea.
You could create lists, I think, of like
Oh, like
friends
the
or, like,
hierarchy of buddies.
yeah,
Yeah.
like people you cared
Oh.
about to talk to, and then like your grandma.
Yeah,
Early
there's
top eight.
apparently there are people out there that can't internally use their brains to organize humans
Right.
that they want to talk to and not. So.
Right, they need a fucking list. Yeah, they need a little sticky note list.
That's why they are always felt performative to me, because I didn't need them.
Yeah.
I always got so frustrated at like the MySpace top 8 shit. I'm like, why is this so fucking important?
That one is so weird. Yeah, that one was always so weird. Because somebody's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
oh God, the people that made big deals. I'm updating my top 8 today.
See, what a time to be alive. For all of that.
And like I had forgotten about so much of this stuff until we watched the episode. And now,
I
like
know,
even
it
now that
really
we're
floods
talking,
back in. I know. Just that time where people could like do HTML coding for MySpace pages, and like their backgrounds could be different. I never got that super invested in it, but
Okay.
I had a GeoCity. Oh,
Go ahead.
I had a GeoCities website. It was
Yeah.
a fan page to an actor, and that actor was Alan Cumming in 1997.
Why?
He's fucking incredible. Alan Cumming is amazing, and
What
he
is
has
it?
stood the test of time. I wish I would have kept up on the
Is that page up?
We would probably be friends now.
That's
right.
so, what was on the page? Just
Pictures of him from a movie called Circle of Friends that he played the villain in. And that's really all I remember.
yeah. All right. Well, hey, good for you. I mean, that's fun.
See, I had I learned HTML to such a degree that Jackie and I were members of a online forum that was a fan site for a radio station, and the software that they used JavaScript so that you could send like instant messages. There was there was a email type system all involved, but there was also like a pop up, like as soon as they refresh the page, your message would pop up with your message, and then it would disappear forever. And I learned how to manipulate that code to send fake messages to everyone on the board.
Yes.
And then I taught basically the other guy that was simultaneously figuring out another way to mess with the coding. We then worked together and came up with this whole big giant thing, and we were terrorists.
Oh my God,
No, let me rephrase that. We were metaphors for
Osama.
terrorists
Okay, there you go.
in a
You're
digital
ISIS.
age. There we go.
Mhm.
And And it was one of the ways that I knew Jackie really understood me, because she was like, I got this message and I knew it wasn't you because they didn't capitalize and punctuate.
Yeah.
And we didn't know I was autistic until much later, though. Jesus Christ.
The signs were there. The signs were there. That's so good.
And patterns. So.
Signs and patterns.
Mostly
there you
patterns.
go. Seriously.
Those days were great. That was the good old days.
I'm telling you. Wild, Wild West.
Yep. Now we live in the literal wild, wild west of states.
Yeah, there you go. See? Now it's in your physical world.
Dude, Heather, I went to this city in Canada for New Year's Eve with my friend Kelly Perkins, and we ended up on an Indian reservation and bought weed and mushrooms from a guy's backyard. It was the weirdest experience.
Amazing. Did you
Canada's
feel safe?
Wonderful. Huh? Did
you feel safe?
Yeah, I felt safer than I did buying weed in Florida, honestly.
Fireworks at Pyro Spot? Yeah.
Well, so it was the first night we were there, and it was dark, and we had no idea where we were because the place we picked was in the literal middle of nowhere. It was a town called Forest. That was the name of the town.
Oh, Jesus.
And we didn't even know that there was a reservation there. And so we saw that there were like a bunch of weed shops open 24 hours a day. And we're like, this is weird, but we'll go to that area. And we go there and we drive to where one is supposed to be. And we don't see anything but like an RV. And we're like, okay, that can't be right. And so then we go to this other place and it's just somebody's house. And we're like,
oh my God,
this is weird, but it looks like there might be a parking lot. So we pull in and then there's like this trailer in the backyard that's all lit up with LED lights all around it. We walk up on the porch of this trailer, and like there's nobody there. There's no light on the inside, and so we turn around to leave, and somebody on the house yells out the back door, "Hold on 1 second, he's coming down. He just had to put on."
Oh my God!
And then this bear-shaped dude comes lumbering down and like opens up this trailer, and it is. Because we were just going for weed, and it was a wonderland of amazing shit.
It's amazing.
Canada was incredible.
So can you just drive in there?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, you have to go through border, whatever it's called, border control. Yeah. And it's easier now. When we first moved up here, you had to do some extra COVID stuff, but you don't have to do that anymore.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
You just go whenever.
Yeah. Like we went to get poutine one day, and that was the only reason we went.
Oh my God. That's so cool.
Yeah. If you don't have your passport, go ahead and do it and get it for,
well, I can't, I'm not allowed in the country for another 7 years or 6. Canada, they don't allow people with DUIs for 10 years. You know
shit. I didn't know that.
They're like one of the very few countries, very few.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think it's like Canada and like, I can't even name another country.
I didn't even know countries like that existed.
I know. I had no idea. Learned that in my DUI class. So Tom Feeney really isn't allowed in. I think I've got like 5 or 6 years. But yeah, it's a 10-year. Unless you can get around with it with like work visas or something. But if you're just going to hang out, I think.
Well, there's other countries though. There's other countries. So whenever you do a little chore.
I've been to Canada. I miss it though. I want to go back. I can't wait. 5 more years. Nothing.
Yeah, 5 more years.
It'll be there.
I hope. Who knows what the fuck is happening in 5 years?
Yeah, they might loosen restrictions for refugees after the election. So
yeah, seriously, right?
So we'll help you. We'll help smuggle you.
Hell yeah, smuggle me in. I just want to go. Yeah, it'll be fun.
This was weird and disjointed, but I still think it worked.
I loved it. Great, it worked.
Yeah, it was great to see you and talk to you and all of this.
To see you.
And we should do it like again.
I'm so down anytime.
Yes.
It's so good talking to you. Maybe we can bring Tim in too. That'd be great.
Oh my God, yes.
Well, we do need to teach Tim, if you're going to start a cult and convince people to travel across country to a Mecca, you should follow suit. Like he convinced several people to move to Michigan, and we did, and we're here.
And where the fuck is he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Stanford House. Mm-hmm.
I mean, because Kelly was also one of the people that he told to move to Michigan.
Yep. But none of us hate it. Everyone loves it.
I mean, yeah, then it's worth it.
Yeah.
You just gotta pay for all moving expenses and his new house and a new car, and then you're fine.
And make sure he has a steady job.
Yeah, right.
I was thinking if we can treat it like an Oregon thing where we just get him up here and then take away all of his money, so he's
like
stuck.
Yeah, yeah, trap him like a bear. Lure him in with, I don't know, titties.
We can empty out the pool for him.
Pecan whiskey. Yeah.
This house came with an above ground pool, and we're just gonna like get rid of it because who wants to swim in?
Just make it a Tim habitat. Throw some pecan whiskey and cheese and feet pictures. I don't know what he likes.
I don't know either.
All right, it was so good seeing you guys. I love you.
Hey, if people want to keep not in touch with you, but like track of what you're up to, where do they do that?
They can check out my GeoCities Alan Cumming fan page. I keep it updated.
All right.
Also Instagram, I'm on there. TikTok, rest in peace, maybe. YouTube, Facebook. Just type in Heather Shot Comedy. I'll come up.
All right.
I love you guys so much.
Same.
Love you. Take care.
Good
Bye.
seeing you. Bye-bye.
Miss Mary Mac, all dressed in black with silver buttons all down her back. She asked her mother for 15 cents to see the elephants. They jumped the fence. They jumped so high. They reached the sky, and never came back till the 4th of July. Liar. You knew what the whole
they're
time.
laughing at us.
I know.
God.
We're having fun.